Hi, today we are going to understand how Mulank 5's life is going to get impacted by the energies of 2025. If you're born on 5th, 14th, or 23rd of any month, then you come under Mulank 5, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. And in 2025, Mars is going to be ruling the year. So we are going to see how the energies of these two numbers are going to come together and what you can expect in your year 2025. Now, let's understand first about Mulank number 5. 5 is ruled by Mercury, which is speed, movement, analytical mind, your communication, the wisdom that you bring in communication. It is also your speech, but mostly it is your communication, how you communicate, the wisdom that brings. It's also language, linguistics. It is also your ability to comprehend what the other person says. How well are you in the comprehension of the communication of others? It is knowledge. It is how you interact with the world. It is also agility and a very childlike energy. Number 9 is the year of completion. So numerologically, a huge phase is getting completed in this year for many, many people. And next year, we are all going to be starting with a new cycle. So 9 is about ending. It is about releasing. And because it's ruled by Mars, Mars is a fighter. It's a willpower. It's your willpower. It's your willingness. It's your courageousness. It's your ambition. It's your aggression. Mars is also a very soldier-like energy. Mars is also somebody who, Mars, the energy of Mars is about following the righteous path of Dharma. Because a soldier, when it goes out into the battlefield, it is doing it for its people. It's doing it for its reign, for the king. Mars is also victory, it's determination, it's your willpower, boldness, stamina, endurance, strength, leadership, blood. It's very practical, it's courageous. So if we look at the energy of Mercury, which is analytical, which is communication, wisdom in communication, interaction with the world, but at the same time keeping a childlike energy intact, Mars, on the opposite, is very focused. So it's very practical. It's very straightforward, a bit aggressive. So this year, one major thing that is there for this Mulank is to be a little bit aware of your communication. What might happen in your communication? Sorry, I think I have a hair stuck. So what might happen in your communication this year is that you might be very straightforward and like very fast in how you communicate. Like sometimes in a certain setup, you may need a little bit of right words, speaking a little bit more slowly, getting your point across in many sentences instead of one. However, because of this energy coming together of Mercury and Mars, what might happen this year is you might just come into the picture. You might say, okay, this is how I want, this is how I like it done, or this is what I feel. And you might feel like exiting. That may not go well with a lot of people. You would be right because, what you would be doing is you would be thinking a lot fast. You would be analyzing a lot fast. And that's why whatever you would say, it might be senseful, but people are not going to take it in that spirit. They might feel that, oh, this is just too fast of a discussion. You might, sorry, I think I have a hair strand that is stuck here. Okay. My dog's hair. So what might happen this year is that you might have to pace yourself, okay, when you're communicating with others. Your outlook might be that, why do we have to say it in so many complicated words? Why do we have to make everything so complicated and use so many sentences, so many right words to communicate one point? I just want to say what it is very straightforwardly, very directly, in the most short manner possible, and then move on to the next thing. But this might create a bit of a tricky situation for you. So read the room, understand that, where you communicating things in just a very simple and direct manner may come across as aggressive. Okay. Generally, it might be a very fabulous year for people who are into legal jobs, who are in government jobs, who are in IT, especially those who are like doing something innovative with AI, AR, or something in computer languages. Great year for people in media and communication field, especially if you're a journalism and writer. Because your communication is going to be in an attack mode, right? And these are the fields that require that. Like a lawyer has to debate in court. When it comes to IT, you have to be that innovative. You have to get things done because Mercury is also linguistics and you'll be supported with the energies of Mars. It might be a great time to learn some new languages, get into some new courses, in case you already work in an IT field. So it's going to be a great year for these people. Um, Now let's talk about your relationships, your health, and your career, and what is it that you can expect in this year. When it comes to your relationships, frankly, quite a lot of communication distress. Um, you might just feel that, there are a lot of people like who don't really understand you or who don't really like, meet your mental wavelength. Like intellectually, they don't meet where you are. And this might, just lead to a lot of instability and somewhat disputes in your relationship, especially if you're single, because you would have a lot of people showing interest in you this year. And I'll come on to that later. That's a very good news. So you'd very much be the center of attention this year. Wherever you would go, people would want to get to know you. They would like show interest in you. But each time you'd go out, like meet somebody or like go on a date, you might come back feeling, oh my God, I'll never find anybody. That's because, you're not able to find anybody who's going to meet you at your intellectual capacity this year. And there's a chance that, you might also move past people quick because your work is going to be very demanding this year. So you might feel that, oh, maybe I could have explored, maybe I could have given somebody more chances, but I actually did not even have time because of my work. So generally for people who are single, it's kind of suggested to do more activities, like planned dates, which are based on activities, not just like grabbing a coffee, because that's what will make, the whole exploration bit more interesting. Now, those who are married, again, plan more activities with your partner, like, go out trekking, hiking, bowling, do something interesting, channel, all these energies that are going to be there in you, which I'm going to talk about in the later part of the video. But one key advice for anybody who's married or in a relationship, shush. Control your emotions, your communication, especially your speech, because you would have a lot of, I was right, I am right needs this year. And it's across all your relationships. You might be like very straightforward to certain friends of yours, to certain people in your family. And in your mind, you would feel that, what, I don't have time to go over it again and again. So I just want to give a reality check once and for all. And maybe like we will reach some conclusion. But honestly, nobody needs a reality check. Dish out what you can handle for yourself. So that's something that I would leave you with. Now, coming to your health. So honestly, your energy is going to be very, very scattered this year. You would be very jittery. You would feel a bit all over the place because it's like, this childlike energy of Mercury and this very focused, aggressive, ambitious energy of Mars. When it's coming together, it's creating, it's creating that ADHD. So anybody who anyway feels that they're a bit neurodivergent or they have ADHD, this is the year when you want to take your medicines more seriously, when you want to like practice practices that might help you in calming down your neurodivergent behavior. For those who are not clinically diagnosed with neurodivergence or ADHD, you might just feel very scattered. Like there would be a lot of energy in you, a lot of things that you want to do. You would also get bored of things very quickly. Like how literally a child is that, oh, now I've played this game. I still have more energy. I want to move on to something else. So be very, very careful of that. Another problem that might happen this year is because you would be so much involved in everything, you could experience some short-term memory. Like you may have committed to something or you may have like spoken about, oh, I'll send you this email and then you forget it. So it's important that you start your day and end your day with some mindfulness practices Otherwise, you would just feel like this restless person who just wants to be moving all the time and they don't know what to do with their energy. Because there are going to be many, many ideas in your head. You would want to do many things. You would want to accomplish many things. You would also be in a very cut to cut energy in the sense that, okay, now I've done this. Now let me move to do this. Now let me move to this. And like how they say that don't spread yourself too thin. So because you would spread yourself too thin, things may take more time than anticipated to reach their final conclusion, which would in turn create more restlessness in you. That, oh, I've done like 10 things in the day and still nothing has moved. Yes, because you've done 10 things in the day. Maybe you needed to focus only on 1 or 3 things in the day. So that is also a high possibility. Another thing is that there might be a very strong imbalance of Vata and Pitta dosh in your body, and especially Vata dosh, because the stomach issues are going to manifest in the form of bloating, belching, burps. You may also experience more knee and joint pains, more muscular pains. That's why this year it's suggested that instead of heavy workout, go for calmer workouts like a yoga or simply just running. Running is going to be very, very great for you this year. Apart from this, pranayam is also something that is suggested. If you do breath work morning and evening, you're going to be sorted. Now let's move on to your career. So like everything else, you would have a double, triple, quadruple energy this year of like wanting to rise, wanting stability, wanting movement. You might feel that, oh, I'm so tired of being stuck. I am not doing stuck anymore. In your head, you'll keep on replaying that this is my make it or my break it year and I have to make it. You would maybe tell yourself like, maybe to make it, I really need to get into the skin of the game. I need to get things done the way I like them to be done. I really need to be on top of my game. And you would also feel very confident this year. Again, the childlike confidence that I can do it and I would do it. And you would be supported by Mars, This is the reason you might actually end up finding your path this year. And because of which you would see growth, you would have that clarity, that, that epiphanous moment, ki, oh, yeah, this is how I want to do it and this is what I want to do. Especially for those who had been struggling for a very long time with stability or seeing growth, this is the year. This is where you see stability in your life when it comes to your career. You'd also be very, very impressive in your communication because your analytical mind is going to be supported, with the fierce energy of Mars. So like you would really know that, okay, when I say something, I speak sense and people would observe. They would value you for it. But one advice is speak slow this year. Speak calmly. Speak in a manner that, others can comprehend what you're saying. There's generally a scope of like you feeling very, very competitive this year. Like, I just want to win. I want to win life. I want to win everything that I touch. You might also get very interested in technifying your work or automating your work, be it your job or your business. Like, you would have a lot more interest in understanding how can you use tech to your advantage so that it just makes your life easier or simpler. One word of advice in your career is just choose your business partners or your vendors or your associates, employees a bit carefully this year. Choose the people who can build the vision with you. Choose the people who would understand this energy of yours. And if you're in a job, diplomacy is very important. Speak through work, not words. Let your work speak. Now, the last thing, overall general traits that you can expect for you within this year. Very motivated, very dynamic you're going to be this year. You might also constantly have thoughts of like relocation, or you may actually travel quite frequently in a very impromptu manner. You may also have thoughts of like, putting your eggs in like many baskets, like you would not want to keep yourself contained to one thing. This is where I would tell you to beware a little bit. You don't want to leave things midway, or you don't want to jump from one thing to another too soon, because then everything will feel like it's not really progressing. There's a chance that, your childlike energy might also make you do sometimes something immature-ish or make you think a little bit from that overconfidence of a child. Like sometimes children can be like, oh, I can fly, but we can't. We are humans, right? So this is where you want to maintain that balance. Now, one great thing that would happen for you is that you're going to look fabulous this year. It will almost feel like as if you're aging backwards, You're going to look really great this year. Like people could be complimenting you on your skin, on your hair, on your style. Although you would be knowing the reality that, oh my God, like I have like a bit of stiffness, or I have some body pains, or I have like some bruises, some cuts, or I'm struggling a little bit with my physical body. But superficially or in looks, people are going to be like in awe of you. They would just feel, oh my God, like this person, they enter the room and we want to like speak with them. We want to like catch some time with them. The last thing that I would just tell you is that this year, keep distractions at bay. Do not use your phone while driving. Be a little careful of not getting into any sport or any activity which can result in some sort of a harmful accident. Be very, very careful. But overall, this is a very, very good year for you. And I think this year you're going to see some remarkable progress and stability in your life. So that was it for you, Mulank 5. If you liked the video, please make sure that you leave a comment below. Please do tell me if the last year's Mulank videos resonated with you. I love to know your feedback. Thank you. Bye.